Coach Dickey with us, Coach. You want just a few opening comments, and we'll take a few questions.
I'm really happy that we won. I told our guys just two things. One, that we're happy, and two, let's get ready for Tulane. Looking at the game, I was pleased the way we came out. I thought our defense was good for the majority of the game. Obviously, our three-point defense has got to continue to improve. Gave up way too many threes, and they can shoot the ball. I mean, you know that. I thought the second half we did a better job on Giles did a better job on Clint scales, but Cooney had 3 at halftime, so he gets 21 in the second half, and he really got hot. That basket got big. We got to have more awareness. Cannot even leave him. You got to smother him in that situation. There's a reason that he's one of the best three-point shooters in the country, and certainly made it hard on us. We had some guys that played well. I thought Jimmy Jones gave us a great lift. In the first half, he had 4 points. He had 2 assists, 4 steals in the game. I thought really invigorated us right there before the half. Second half, when Little Jay got in foul trouble, he came in, did a good job. We got a lead, and then their defense continued to just get a little bit soft, and we weren't as active and attacking as we needed to be. We played too much east and west, going north and south. We had 3 possessions before we let the shot clock run down, and I told Jimmy he's got to make sure in those situations that we get the ball, get it in play quicker. Then down the stretch, I thought we made some big plays. I had a nice penetrating pitch to Joe late in the game, and I thought JJ made a good play when we turned the corner, made the layup. It was big. We got the ball down low to Orlandis, and then we made some big free throws. Jonathan had some big free throws. Joe had some big free throws as well.
Questions?
Talk about the way Joe asserted himself, because I know he's been playing well of late, but just the way he asserted himself offensively.
Well, when you look at his stat line, it's the way that we envision Joe playing. You know, he took really good shots, hit some threes, had some mid-range shots off the ball fake, got the free throw line 7 times, which he's an outstanding free throw shooter. By driving, he had a nice up and under penetrating pitch to Tayshawn on the dunk, on the drive. So he is really starting to mature in terms of his basketball, of understanding how we want him to play the game. He plays a little soft defensively, and when I say soft, I don't mean physically. I mean, thought he was just a little tentative. He'd get over the top of the screen, back off a little bit in the first half. But offensively, he is really, really understanding what we want. We want to give him freedom. Right there before the half, when we isolated Jonathan, and then we wanted him to drive, and Joe had already hit a big 3 out there, and Jonathan found him. He drew his man, and Joe had a great look at it right there before the half. So he's understanding much more how his game can evolve other than just being a standstill three-point shooter. Mid-range game, getting to the free throw line, getting other people involved by passing the ball as well. So I think that's probably one of his better games. Now, he's had some good games where he hasn't scored points as much, but I thought he had a great game as far as balance was concerned, and he came at a good time against a conference opponent that plays, they play good defense. A little bit different than you see. They're a little bit saggy, man-to-man, try to disguise that with a matched up, but I thought our guys did a good job. I thought we pulled together and battled. We rebounded the ball well.
Coach, I wanted to ask, like last 3 minutes of the first half, Jimmy and Joe out there seemed to, that combination seemed to give a team a lift that they really needed at that moment.
I agree. Guys like playing with Jimmy. They, he's a pass first guy. He had only 3 at Marshall the other night, and he's reluctant to shoot that, but he can shoot it. He knows what his role is. You got to get him a little bit more active offensively late in the shot clock. Thought he made some good decisions. He found Joe. I thought he really pushed the ball in transition, put a lot of pressure on their transition defense. And I one play that I left out that I shouldn't have late in the game that I thought was huge. Tayshawn takes a big charge late in the game. They got us in a broken floor situation, and a big charge by Tayshawn. And that's not the only time he's done it. He did that earlier. I think it was against UTEP where he took a big charge late in the game.
Where were the defensive breakdowns allowed leave can be open for someone to look out.
Well, they run what we would call a fade screen, which they've got two options on when the ball is passed. If you don't jump the ball, they'll cut your face and go for a layup. And then, we always jump the ball a little bit. And then when we jump, they come and fade screen him, and now he runs. So you have two options there. You can either switch it, but a lot of times they're having guards set that screen, you end up with a big on little, or little on big, I should say. And if it's big to big, we want to switch it. But Landis got hung up on that last one that he hit Benedict with 1.7 seconds. I thought he defended him really well at that point. But and then when you look at the film, a couple of them now, we were right there. We were right there, but he had it going. And we didn't let him get going the first half. You just cannot let that guy have a look at it. It only takes one, and he just gets on the road. It's got to be your mission. If you're guarding him, that he's not going to get it. He got hot, did a nice job, and he's got a quick release, pretty smart. And I thought he had a couple that we defended pretty well. I won't tell the guys that I looked at the film, but I thought that he had some big shots. Right now, cannot lose him at the three-point line. Got to run him off the three-point line.
Coach.
Long answer, sorry.
You mentioned earlier in the season about the team finishing the first half strong. Tonight, were you happy with the way they finished the first half?
Yes. I'd like to have scored that last basket, but I was pleased. Guys, for us, it's about consistency. We expect to win this game now. I'm not going to celebrate. We're going to get ready for Tulane. But I was happy that I thought our guys came out. They were ready. I thought our defense was really good early. We didn't give up many points, and then they kind of got it going just a little bit. And we weren't as aggressive offensively, but I was glad that we built out that lead there at the end of the first half.
The largest margin that they got as far as the scoring run was that 8-2 run early about midway the first half, and then you call a timeout, you settle them down, and then they made a run, got back in the game, and then they extended the lead.
Right. Well, our guys, they're starting to understand, I hope, how they've got to play. The coaches really work hard in trying to get them to understand what other teams are going to try to do, what they're going to try to do defensively, how we need to attack. And really it's more about how we play rather than what the other team does. I thought we weren't as aggressive, especially in the second half, fair about that 7-minute mark. I didn't think we were near as aggressive. We were playing, as I said, side to side rather than penetrating, and we let them keep us out on the perimeter. Still got to throw the ball inside. Best way to shoot a three is inside and then back out. I think our guys are learning.
And then
what was the reason for no quick break spot tonight?
Yeah, just there was no reason. He's not in the doghouse or anything at all. Leon had played very well at Marshall. He practiced well, and just matchup defending out on the perimeter. But Sean Williams comes out. Other than Smith, everybody's coming out on the perimeter, and you got to be able to defend those screens and just you didn't do anything wrong. Just matchup situations.
Could you put your finger on the struggles for Landis tonight?
I don't know. I asked every coach on the bench. I'll ask him. It's like he had butter on his fingers. I mean, he didn't look comfortable. He didn't look comfortable. I thought, I thought till late he really did a pretty good job on the coon. I thought the first half he was really making an effort to get there. But that's a great question, and I don't have the answer.
One more question, guys.
Talk about the last 3 minutes of the game, back and forth, and able to D up and stop when they needed to get a stop.
We hit the free throws, we feel good. Then in about 5 or 6 seconds, they thrown in a three or hit a three, and so then we got to go back, got to get it on the press breaker. I thought Tayshaun, Joe, Jonathan did a good job on against press breaker. I thought they might foul Joe. He utilized a little bit of the time off the clock, got it up to Jonathan. Jonathan made the free throws. Thought Tay made two good decisions. We thought about depending on how they were going to line up with that 1 point, was it 9 seconds on the clock, throwing the ball deep. down here. But, you know, we called timeout, they put a guy in center field, and so we just went to Joe up there, and I was hoping a little more time to run off the clock, because we talked about making the first one, missing the second one, but then put that much time back on the clock. They had a timeout as well, which they used, and we thought that if we missed it, they might, you know, call a timeout and then be able to set it up and throw it all the way down. And so we elected not to call a timeout and just kind of shadow and play in front. And I thought that's where Landis really did a nice job at the end. Big free throws, though, that helped us down the stretch.
All right. Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend.